All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Springfield Fire Department's fall promotional ceremony. At this time, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. I'd like to thank everyone who took time out of their days to join us to celebrate the hard work of our people who are about to take on new positions and responsibility. This is an important day for many of us here, one where we as a brother and sisterhood recognize as a rite of passage and also as a necessity in keeping those that we protect safe. We gather to acknowledge the accomplishments of 3 of our members who are taking on new roles and more responsibility within our department. I'd like to thank Mayor Langfelder, Deputy Mayor Kathleen Alcorn, and others in attendance today to help us honor these members that deserve recognition. I want to thank the co-workers, friends, and family members who are also in attendance, and people outside the fire service usually don't understand the sacrifices that the families of the firefighters make during the process of both self and organizational improvement. Whether it's time spent preparing for the Firefighter 3 exam so that they can be promoted to driver, taking classes to receive merit points for the captain's exams, or attending schools at IFSI or the National Fire Academy to hone your skills and tactics for when that promotion comes and people are looking for you to lead them. Firefighter families give up time with our people, and I and we as an organization would like to thank you for letting us do that. The willingness of the people in this room to allow our people to make themselves better at what they do personally helps make my job easier and the lives that we serve better. The time commitment involved is oftentimes substantial, and ours is a very competitive process. At times, one correct test question can decide between those who will and those who will not make it to the next rank of our department. At this time, I'd like to allow Mayor Jim Langfelder an opportunity to address everyone.
Thank you, Chief Blau, especially for your leadership in these challenging times for all of us. And I really appreciate you bringing forward the promotional ceremony, because it's important that we reflect on where we're at. It doesn't matter what department it is, but of course we have a Class 1 fire department for a reason. It's because of the men and women that served the department in the past, like Chris Richmond here. We really appreciate you being here, as well as those of the future. So when you're taking on this leadership role, you're standing on the shoulders of those that came before you, and then you're setting the bar a little bit higher for those that come after you to stand on your shoulders to improve services to the people of Springfield. And why I like it here in the council chambers is because you can block out the noise from the outside. You know, a lot of times we pay attention to what's happening on the outside, and it's important to reflect on the services at hand. And it doesn't get any better than Abraham Lincoln. You know, we're all about service. It's government of the people, by the people, for the people. And the most important people are right here in the front row, these little ones. And that's why we all do what we do to serve the public, working together as one. But I really congratulate those of you taking the leadership role, those of you that serve the public on a day-to-day basis. We can't thank you enough, because as you know, you go into harm's way not knowing what's on the other side of the door or whatever situation you're in, to help protect us and make our community better. So we thank you for that. For those of you in attendance and those of you that are not, there's a reason we have a #1 class rated fire department, and there's only, I think, 3% in the country. And that's because of the investment and dedication that the residents understand, but as importantly, the men and women that we have in our fire department that make it the Class 1 that it can be. So thank you very much. We appreciate the work that you do today, especially on the leadership role for tomorrow and for future generations so we can have a growing and successful community together. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. For hundreds of years, the fire service has built a rich history. In the 2nd century, Rome started the very first full-time fire brigade. In the early 1700s, this tradition was carried on in Paris during King Louis XIV's reign with the employment of some of the world's first pumpers. And later, the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte was credited with the first modern fire brigade. Bonaparte ordered a division of French army to provide fire protection in Paris with 30 powerful manual fire pumps. At about the same time in the United States, the first full-time fire department was established in Philadelphia in 1736 by Benjamin Franklin. It was officially called the Union Fire Company. Finally, the creation of the first modern full-time fire department was formed on April 1st, 1853 in Cincinnati, Ohio. This organization featured the first professional fire department made of 100% full-time employees. It is generally accepted that the modern-day rank and structure of the fire department can be traced back to the Civil War, where many influences to this structure occurred. The insignias and their meaning are universal to firefighters, but generally the public knows little of their significance. The rank and insignia is made up from the traditional fire service icon, the bugle. The bugle has significant importance to the fire service. In the early days of North American fire departments, orders were given on the fire ground to the troops by officers by use of a large brass device that resembles a megaphone. These very ornate brass horns were commonly called bugles or speaking trumpets. It was commonly known that the person who was wearing the bugle was easily identified as the person who was in charge. Officers came to be identified with these objects, so a small pin in the shape of a bugle became the rank insignia for officers to be worn on the collar, the hat, and the helmet of their uniform. The more bugles on the collar, the higher the rank. This is an icon that is still used today, one that we will be placing on our people being promoted shortly. The tradition goes back through decades of fire service, and today current personnel continue to use it and recognize its significance. The number of bugles represents the number of people that are in an officer's charge. A driver's engineer has 1 bugle. They often supervise firefighters. Captains have 2. They generally supervise a crew of 2, etc., etc. No promotion can be complete without the pinning of the bugles. This is significant in the promotional process since the bugle is the symbol of authority. The rank of driver engineer is represented by a single bugle on the insignia pin for the fire department badge. The rank of captain is represented as 2 vertical bugles on the insignia badge. These unique symbols to the fire service are representative of duty, pride, and tradition, which are important principles that we strive to pass along to each new generation of firefighters. It is adorned on the collar and the badge of all officers. As our people are pinned with the symbol of their new position and responsibility, it is an opportune time to take a moment and recognize the rich history and tradition that goes along with the distinct responsibility of this rank. Today, we are promoting 2 members to driver engineer and 1 to the rank of captain. Jeremy Cagle and Matt Murphy are being promoted to the rank of driver engineer. Please come forward at this time. That's going to stand over here. The rank of driver engineer, much as the name indicates, is the person who drives the fire apparatus and manages, maintains, and operates the firefighting equipment such as pumps and ladders. The driver engineer has comprehensive knowledge and technical understanding of their equipment, as the designation engineer implies. An engineer's role is essential. On a fire scene, you can do a lot of things correctly, but if you don't have an engineer who is able to get water to the firefighters on the inside who need it, the situation is not going to improve. Being promoted to the position of driver engineer is the first step in being responsible for others under your charge. You will fill the role of the company officer also in the absence of the captain. Our first firefighter that's being promoted to driver engineer is Jeremy Cagle. Firefighter Jeremy Cagle is being promoted to driver engineer. Jeremy has been with the Springfield Fire Department for 10 years. He is a member of the SFD's technical rescue team. He also served on Granite City Fire Department before he came to us for 4 years. He's an active member of the Air National Guard and has served our country proudly for 18 years. Jeremy is married to Christina and they have 2 daughters, Emma and Grace. He is the son of Earl and Terry Cagle. Jeremy's wife and daughters will be pinning him today. All right. Poke him, but don't poke yourself. Matt Murphy. Firefighter Matthew Murphy is being promoted to driver engineer. Matt has served with Springfield Fire Department for 10 plus years. He's a member of this SFD's dive and technical rescue teams. Matt has an associate degree in fire science, a bachelor's in history, and a master's degree in special ed. That probably helps being around the firehouse, that part for sure. So, he's married to Kelly. Kelly wasn't able to make it right now. And they have 3 children, Sadie, Maeve, and Miles. Matt is the son of Jerry and Linda Murphy. Pinning Matt today will be these little 2 up front. And then we'll have you do this too. Which ones do you want to do? Do you want to do the collars? Are you coming up? All right. More of an observer. I've been called more of an observer in my career. Oh, good job. Today we're promoting Bill Morris to the rank of captain. Please come forward at this time. Captain ranks above driver engineer and below battalion chief. Captain is in charge of a specific station or fire company. The captain is in charge of maintaining the station, ensuring that its crew is ready to respond, checking the apparatus, and overseeing its readiness. The crew looks to the captain for leadership and guidance in both extreme life-threatening circumstances and during those downtimes of training and professional development. Captain sets the overall attitude of the crew in relationship to the department and the general public. Captain's most important duty is providing appropriate leadership to his or her crew and sending them homes to their families at the end of each shift. Being promoted to the position of captain is an accomplishment that requires a rigorous promotional testing process that challenges each and every applicant to prove their knowledge as well as each applicant's understanding of the position. You will also fill the role of the battalion chief in their absence. Driver Bill Morris is being promoted to captain. Bill started his fire service career while serving his country in the United States Air Force. He continued this service with the Tri-Township Fire Department District, Fire Protection District in Quincy for 9 years. Bill has been with the SFD for 17 years and has served on the SFD Technical Rescue Team for 5 years. Bill has an associate degree in fire science from John Wood Community College. He's married to his wife, Terry, for 33 years, and they have 2 adult children, Alex of Vero Beach, Florida, and Chloe of St. Louis, Missouri. Bill is the son of Greg and the late Judith Morris. His wife, Terry, will be pinning him today. Oh, I didn't give you a handshake. Never mind, don't say that. I didn't. Sorry. These don't always go perfectly. All right. If you three can come up one more time so that we can, if everyone could please join me in congratulating all of the new Springfield Fire Department officers. This concludes our promotional ceremony today. I would like to thank everyone again for their attendance, to recognize Bill, Jeremy, and Matt on their recent accomplishments and new roles. We expect great things out of them. Thanks again, and enjoy the day. And you can come up and take pictures and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, take those so they don't fall off. Yeah. Yeah. Here, we'll do this one too.
What about you? You want pictures? I'd love to take pictures.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have one of our guys here, but we'll have to make it work. Hi there.